I think let's start from the beginning while we're trying to sort out his sound. That's a good idea, actually. Let's have the choir just singing as a backing track, backing vocals to this wonderful video.
Thank you, Program Director. My name is 𝗬𝗂𝗡𝗍𝗂. Greetings to 𝗦𝗔𝗙𝗙𝗪 and the entire leadership. This is the King Choir. That is your choir, 𝗦𝗔𝗙𝗪. We appreciate you for being our patron for the last 15 years. We may not be soccer players, but we know your generosity, your leadership that you have given to us, to these kids. We are proud that 𝗦𝗔𝗙𝗪 gave us a task to compose this song in 𝗬𝗎𝗇 on Sunday, and today it's ready. It's a song for the campaign, and we are all going to stand up and sing, and it's going to be the song that's going to go right around. But we just want to say to the people of soccer, they are so lucky to have you, because we know in development. 𝗦𝗔𝗙𝗪 was able to donate to this choir to go overseas recently, and he gave us $1 million. Even now, he gave his resources. We slept in the hotel, we were here. So, abantu besoka banenhlanga phela sesinomona. But here, because you are our father for this long, I just want to say, 𝗬𝗎𝗪𝗪, as you know, he composed this song, 𝗬𝗎𝗪𝗪. Then we've got 𝗬𝗎𝗪𝗪𝗪 there, who's our gem in the province as well. So we are in this together. She's gonna come in and later, but for now, 𝗬𝗎𝗪𝗪 said, this is a song that's fitting to you. This is the moment. Thank you so much.
Well, this is indeed the moment. Another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was beautiful. And we are going to get a brief rundown about the campaign thus far from the man himself. But before we do that, as the choir rightfully announced, there is an official campaign song. So we're going to ask you to sing Mr. Zungu onto stage. After your performance, he will come up and give us the official keynote address. So if you could please bless 𝗟𝗂𝗧𝗏.
𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗏𝗧𝗏 for president.
He's got the energy. He says he's got the zeal, he's got the passion, he's got the energy for the race that lies ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to hear from football administrator, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and your SAFA presidential candidate. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Sandile Zungu.
Distinguished original presidents of SAFA in attendance, affiliate members, special members, legends of the beautiful game. I can see a few in the company, guests, stakeholders, partners, the media, the passionate football-loving people of South Africa. Some of them are tuned in electronically. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, good day. Before I say anything else, I want to extend my heartfelt condolences to the family of 𝗟𝗂𝗃, to 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗃 Sundowns, to the 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗃, and to the entire South African football family. 𝗟𝗃 is one of football's finest. He played an extraordinary game. He has now been substituted into eternity, leaving behind a legacy that will echo through every generation. Though he has left the field of play, his passion, talent, and love for the beautiful game will continue to inspire young footballers who dare to dream. May his soul rest in eternal peace. May we just rise and give him a moment of silence. Thank you. Today is not about rejecting our past. It is about building upon it. Even before the dawn of our democracy in 1994, many outstanding men and women of football have dedicated their lives to growing a beautiful game. The list of those who have served South African football is too long to mention. Leaders such as Dr. 𝗟𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗀, 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏, Natasha Shiklas, 𝗦𝗔𝗙𝗙𝗀𝗏, Patrice Motsepe, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏, Desiree Ennis, Danny Jordan, and many others have all contributed immensely to our game. Because of their sacrifices, we qualified for our first FIFA World Cup some years back. Their vision propelled us to lift the African Cup of Nations trophy in 1996. That triumph did more than just win a triumph. It encouraged a young democracy to believe that unity and excellence were possible. These giants of football laid the foundation for Banyana Banyana to show Africa and the world what becomes possible when women are given opportunities to excel. Banyana's achievements remind us that equality is not an aspiration. It is in our DNA as a people. Today, our coaches are respected across continents. Our referees are among the finest in world football. Our players proudly wear the South African flag in leagues across the globe, where their names sound as strange as chakalaka will sound to Canadians. Much has been achieved. A strong foundation has been laid. Our responsibility is not to replace that foundation, but to honor those who came before us by building upon that foundation. Today is no ordinary day. We gather here at Emperor's Palace on Nelson Mandela Day, a day that reminds us that true leadership is measured not by what we receive, but what we give. President Nelson 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗏 understood something profound about sport. He reminded the world that, quote, sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. No sport embodies that truth in South Africa more than football. Launching this campaign today is not about politics. It is about service. It is about answering a call greater than ourselves. It is about ensuring that football continues to grow as an economic industry, to create opportunities for our youth, and to strengthen the social fabric of South Africa. Football is not merely a game. In South Africa, football is a national religion. It is a national psyche. It speaks every language. It crosses every racial divide. It welcomes every gender. It embraces every nationality. Football allows millions of South Africans to dream beyond their circumstances. It gives hope to children in villages, townships, and informal settlements. It gives a voice to those whom society often overlooks and forgets, whom family hierarchies often looks down upon. Soccer elevates. It reminds us that greatness can emerge from the most unlikely places. Every week, football fills our stadium, our streets, our taverns, and our homes with hope. That is why South African Football Association, SAFA, carries an enormous responsibility. SAFA is not simply an administrator of competitions. It is a custodian of one of South Africa's greatest national assets, an asset that carries the hopes, ambitions, and dreams of an entire nation. But there is another truth we must confront as a nation. We have underestimated and undermined football, not only as a sport, but as an economic force. For far too long, we've spoken about football as a source of national pride, social cohesion, and unity. Those things are true, but football is far more than a symbol. Football is an industry. You get it? Football is an industry. Football is a real business. Indeed, sport itself is a significant economic sector. Yet we continue to treat it as though it were merely a recreational activity, an extension of hopes. That mindset has prevented us from unlocking one of South Africa's greatest opportunities for inclusive economic growth. The evidence tells a very interesting story. In 2023, a sport contributed approximately 60 billion rands to South Africa's economy. 60 billion rands was contributed by sport to South Africa's GDP. That is 0.9% of our gross domestic product. Even that figure grossly underestimates and understates its true value because sports drives economic activity across numerous sectors. Every football match activates broadcasters and media, advertisers, hospitality businesses, transport operators, security companies, retailers, cleaning companies, food vendors, event organizers, digital platforms, tourism operators, and countless small enterprises. Welcome, Linda. Visit. Football creates value far beyond the 90 minutes played on the field. It is part of a much larger value chain that includes broadcasting rights, sponsorship, merchandising, sports technology, sports betting, infrastructure development, and even tourism. Around the world, football has become a sophisticated commercial ecosystem that generates investment, innovation, and employment. There is no reason why South Africa should remain on the sidelines of this global opportunity. Most importantly, football creates jobs. In 2024, the broader sports sector supported approximately 600,000 jobs in South Africa, representing 3.6% of total employment. 3/4 of those employed are Black South Africans. Nearly half are women. The overwhelming majority are young people between the ages of 20 and 34. When we invest in football, we invest in youth employment. When we grow football, we grow opportunities for young South Africans. Sport also contributes directly to household livelihoods. In 2023, it generated 8.5 billion rands in household income, with its benefits reaching families across all 9 provinces. Even more importantly, sports generated an estimated 13 billion rands in additional income for low-income households, making it a powerful instrument for poverty alleviation and inclusive economic participation. These are not mere statistics. These are livelihoods. These are entrepreneurs. These are families whose dignity is strengthened through work. That's why most families lament off-seasons. When our players are resting, they're more families lament it, not because they're short of entertainment, activity in the economic sphere tends to grind to a grinding halt. This is why I believe football should no longer be viewed solely as a sporting club. It should be recognized as a strategic growth sector within the South African economy. As you ask yourself, what is a Chinese man getting so excited about? It is an economy. Imagine a football economy where every province hosts thriving youth leagues that stimulate local businesses. Imagine modern training centers creating jobs while developing talent. Imagine football tourism filling our hotels, restaurants, B&Bs, and stadiums. Imagine South African companies exporting football, apparel, technology and expertise across the African continent. This is not wishful thinking. It is already happening elsewhere in the world. Our challenge is not a lack of potential. Our challenge is a lack of ambition. If we are serious about tackling youth unemployment, stimulating local economies, and attracting investment, then football must become part of South Africa's economic strategy. Ignoring football while searching for new sources of growth is like ignoring agriculture while trying to solve hunger. That is why growing the game is about far more than winning trophies. It is about growing an industry. It is about creating jobs. It is about expanding opportunity, restoring dignity, social cohesion, among others. It is about building businesses. It's about restoring hope. SAFA must therefore become more than the administrator of our national game. It must become a catalyst for economic growth, enterprise development, and social progress. That is the future we must build together. Because when football grows, South Africa grows. Period. That is what it means to usher ourselves into the golden era of South African football. That is what it will take for South African football to be #1 in Africa and top 10 globally. My vision is simple. I want to transform South Africa into a true football nation, not merely a nation that watches. A nation that consistently produces world-class footballers. A nation admired for its coaching excellence. A nation respected for governance. A nation whose football structures become a model for Africa and beyond. A nation that recognizes football's economic contribution as much as it recognizes its symbolic importance. This will be a nation in its golden era of football. We are ushering South Africa into the golden era, for sure. But championships are never won on match day alone. They are won through years of preparation. The future of Bafana begins long before a player puts on the national jersey. It begins on dusty village playgrounds. It begins in township parks. It begins in school competitions. It begins with coaches who volunteer every afternoon. It begins with referees who deserve proper training, receive training, and are offered respect they deserve. It begins with parents who believe their children's dreams also matter. That is where our future must begin. If we are serious about becoming a football nation, we must become equally serious about development. School football must become an integral part of our education system. Through structured leagues that identify talent very early. Our 52 SAFA regions must become properly funded development hubs, equipped to nurture talent in every community. Women's football deserves great investment because when women succeed in football, communities become stronger. Healthier and more inclusive. Community football must become as common in South Africa as the early morning taxi food. We need more youth academies, better coaching education, professional referee development, modern sports science, improved player welfare, world-class administration at all levels, and committed visionary leadership. This is not work SAFA can accomplish alone. Corporate South Africa must invest because football develops disciplined citizens, future leaders, and future consumers. Government must prioritize sporting infrastructure because quality facilities produce quality athletes. Professional clubs must align development programs with national priorities. Schools must recognize football as an educational asset to develop a balanced learner. The media must treat football as the serious business it is, not merely weekend entertainment. Only then will we build a football ecosystem capable of sustaining excellence. Fortunately, we do not have to reinvent it. South Africa possesses one of the world's finest rapid development systems. Every year, school rugby consistently produces outstanding talent at a rate that is rivaled only by AmaPiano music producers and perhaps Nollywood filmmakers. That success did not happen by accident. It didn't. It happened because deliberate planning, clear structures, investment in development, alignment between schools, clubs, and national teams, and consistent leadership from domestic homeland to schools to nation. Football deserves the same exact commitment. Our challenge is not talent. We have that in abundance. Our challenge is structure. Our challenge is leadership. Our challenge is execution. My vision rests upon 6 pillars. 1, governance and accountability. I can talk about this until Cat comes back. Every decision within SAFA must withstand public scrutiny. The minutes of our meetings can be kept under wraps simply because we deserve that kind of protection. But for all intents and purposes, they can be put on a button for anyone to view. Why? Because we should not be ashamed of anything, of any decision we take. We must withstand public scrutiny. Financial discipline, transparency, measurable performance, and responsible stewardship must become non-negotiable. Trust is earned through accountability, especially the trust deficit that currently exists between SAFA and corporate South Africa can only be bridged through leadership that is embedded in a tradition and in a culture of accountability. 2, constitutional and ethical leadership. The Constitution of SAFA must remain our compass. Leadership should never be about personalities or factions. It must always be about ethical conduct, fairness, integrity, and service to football. The Constitution of SAFA must never be weaponized to deal with people that are on the opposite faction. It must be the Bible that we respect, and for that, it must be the Bible that withstands generational scrutiny. Truth. Number 3, operational professionalism. A world-class football nation requires a world-class football administration. We cannot have one without the other. Modern systems, competent administration, data-driven decision-making, and operational excellence must become the standard across every level of SAFA. Number 4, football-first administration. Every policy, budget, and program must answer one simple question. Does this improve football? If the answer is no, we should not be doing it. Players, coaches, referees, supporters, football legends, football development must always come before administration, administrative politics. 5, grassroots empowerment. Development cannot remain concentrated in major cities. We have 52 regions of SAFA, 11 are in KwaZulu-Natal, 8 in Eastern Cape, and the lowest in Mpumalanga 3. But no region is more important than the other. Every region, whether it's centered in a major city or is located in the most downtrodden, must earn the same level of respect and attention from the center. Every village, every township, every district, every province, every talented child deserves access to quality coaching, modern facilities, and opportunities regardless of where they are born or located. SAFA and its riches. Number 6, unity across football structures. SAFA and its riches must never become a battleground of divisions, camps, or internal conflict. Football is a team sport. Administration should reflect the same principle. When regions, provinces, professional clubs, schools, sponsors, government, and communities move in one direction, South African football becomes unstoppable. My fellow football family, the election before us is very important. But elections are only the kick-off. When the final vote has been counted, the real match begins. We have the talent, we have the passion, we have the history. We are a nation renowned for surprising the world in the most remarkable ways. Now we need disciplined, visionary, and ethical leadership that can take us to the next level. Leadership that puts football above personalities. Leadership that puts players before politics. Leadership that places communities before self-interest. You have had my vision. You know my track record of building organizations that are more efficient, more accountable, more resilient, and more sustainable, and serving the interests of their important stakeholders, be they employees, be they South African revenue services by paying the taxes that are due to the SARS, be they government or communities, and shareholders, most importantly. We have done it, we continue to do it all the time. Accountability at the center, at all times. And for those close to the sporting environment, look at what we have achieved in AmaZulu Football Club in just 5 years. I do not believe in building organizations around individuals. I believe in building institutions that continue to thrive long after their leaders have moved on. That is the Zulu way. SAFA is the central nervous system of our national football ecosystem. Its potential is immense. But to unlock that potential, it requires leadership that is principled, visionary, and unified. Leadership that restores trust, strengthens governance, and puts football first. I stand before you ready to serve, ready to unite, ready to lead, ready to listen, and ready to be led. And most importantly, ready to help South African football enter its golden era. I invite every stakeholder to walk into this journey with me. Together we can build a SAFA that not only serves this generation, but earns the confidence of generations to come. Together, let us choose unity over division. Let us choose development over stagnation. Let us choose excellence over mediocrity. Above all, let us choose football first. May God bless us in football. Thank you.
My slight apology that I'm happy that my little title is all about now is the time. But it was before, after the president has spoken, it's now is the time. We live in a sports-loving world. Sandile Zungu. We live in a sports-loving world. We live in a football-loving world. We live in a football-loving world. We live in a global competitive world. The winds of change are blowing. The winds of change are blowing. South Africa is a sports-loving country. South Africa is a football-loving nation. Indeed, South Africa is an integral part of the global sports fraternity, CAF and FIFA. Now is the time for SAFA to broaden the horizon. Now is the time to change the gears. Now is the time for innovation. Now is the time for SAFA to spread the wings. Now is the time. The time is now. Now is the time for change. Now is the time for a new era. Now is the time for a renewal. Now is the time for renewed vigor and vision. Now is the time for SAFA's renaissance. Now is the time for a new season. The time is now. Now is the time for ethical leaders. Now is the time for ethical leadership. Now is the time for innovative mind to lead. Now is the time for rejuvenation. Now is the time for rejuvenation. Now is the time for visionaries. Visionaries are unstoppable. The winds of change are blowing. Now is the time for brilliance. Now is the time for intelligent men to lead. Now is the time for wisdom. The time is now. The winds of change are blowing. Now is the time for Sandile Zungu season. Now is the time for Sandile Zungu season. The Sandile Zungu season is like an idea whose time has come. The time is now. Sandile Zungu is an epitome of black excellence. Sandile Zungu is success personified. Sandile Zungu is development and empowerment personified. An academic, astute businessman, power excellence. Now is the time for Sandile Zungu to lead the South African Football Association. Now is the time for Sandile Zungu to become SAFA's president. The time is now. Now is the time for Sandile Zungu to become the face of SAFA. The time is now. 𝗂𝗂𝗏 manzini, 𝗂𝗂𝗏 manzini, manzini 𝗂𝗂𝗏, pata manzini, pata, 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗏 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗀. Now is the time for a strong leadership. Sandile Zungu is a strong-willed man, a principled patriot, untainted leader, the owner of AmaZulu Football Club, a true African Zulu warrior with nerves of steel, son of the soil. Sandile Zungu, you're destined and destined for greatness. Now is the time to occupy the center stage. Yes, it is the time. That was the voice of reason. That was the voice of reason.
ascended and descended with all the regions, combining 3 provinces, Northwest Province, the Free State Province, and the Northern Cape Province, where we are meeting and engaging with the regional presidents.
These regions, president, all of them, yeah, as they are seated, they don't have an office.
That is why we as JTG, we are strongly, fully, 100% behind him.
But I'm excited at being trusted with this responsibility. And trust me, I'm not in 2 minds. I'm fully committed to the cause. Victory is certain, change is inevitable. Thank you.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That is the journey. Now on, all the hard work has already begun. As you heard from the presidential candidates talking about his vision and one of his pillars being unity across football structures. So that work has started already and it continues up until the day of the elections. You heard from the voice of reason, the people's poet. He says the time is now. Now is the time. So it really seems inevitable. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue to tell you more about our gracious host for today and the presidential candidates as well. But before that, we were celebrating the talent that is here today. To really put paid to what a significant day this is. I just want to tell you a little bit more about this wonderful songstress, 𝗟𝗂𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗓𝗪. This is a Swahili name meaning gift from God. She's not just a musician, she's a vocalist, composer, arranger, and was more than happy to be here today to add her voice to the celebrations. So let's welcome her as she gives us another very powerful number.
𝗂𝗂𝗏𝗃 siyabonga.
Beautiful, beautiful. So who is your SAFA presidential candidate? Let's find out. Take a look.
In 2002, I founded my company, Zungu Investments Company. Some call it 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗏. This company was founded from a zero base to a company that now has, significant net asset value or net worth, with interests covering many sectors, from mining to property to beverages and hospitality to IT, just to mention a few, and with a footprint spanning the whole of South Africa and the African continent, and with forays into the world. Just to mention a few of the brands, we have an interest in Heineken beverages in South Africa. Heineken needs no introduction. We have an interest in a company called 𝗂𝗂𝗏𝗃, which is a holding company for beverages interests, with Dashen breweries in Ethiopia and 𝗘𝗹𝗃 in South Africa. We have a significant interest in that holding company. So in a nutshell, through that we have ownership of 𝗘𝗹𝗃 in South Africa. That talks to our beverages interests. On the resources side, we founded a company called 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗏𝗃 Resources, which is arguably the largest coal player in South Africa. We are the number one or number two supplier of coal to Eskom. We are probably a number two exporter of coal out of South Africa, through 𝗭𝘂𝗏𝗃. So combined, that makes us the biggest coal player in South Africa on a combined basis. We have interest in gold mining. We own a mine called 𝗬𝗟𝗃𝗃 gold mine in the East Rand. We have, on the property side, we have a property portfolio that includes ownership of number one, number two distribution centers in South Africa. We own the distribution center that is leased by Unilever in the Boksburg area. We own property that is leased to 𝗘𝗃𝗏𝗃 in Durban. Just to mention a few, we own a couple of office portfolios on the property side. We are on the verge of completing an acquisition of 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is arguably the number one airline in South Africa after the near demise of South African Airways. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 will have bigger than 60% share of the market. We are a significant shareholder, or will be a significant shareholder in 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 when the transaction is completed. Through our infrastructure business called 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, we own Airport. We own 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗃 Power Station. We own 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗃 sort of fiber for telecoms. We have a number of projects countries around this continent. Sporting endeavor like SAFA should aim for proper marketing budget, where a case is president on the table. This is our brand. This is our reach into the consumer market. You're going to be associated with us. We believe that this association is perceived and as seen as real. If you have found one on that side, and you have political capital, sometimes they just give you something, just give me this little, so it takes them away. I don't want us to be in the space. I want us to be at the core of where the product demands. That's where the biggest task is, to make sure that we put in place the systems to give confidence to prospective partners in the private sector. But it starts with me being fit for that purpose. I think I am.
Now you really know him, eh? Full transparency. I think just that short video has displayed that he certainly is a man that's got the support, he's got the capacity, yeah, and he's got the history as well to be in this position. So just a recap of his vision and the 6 pillars that he is standing by. Governance, transparency, and trust. He's the man for the job. Constitutional and ethical leadership. Operational professionalism. Football first administration. Grassroots empowerment. Unity across football structures. I think we are convinced that he is the man for the job. That's right. We're going to reach the end of the formalities, but I think this event deserves just one more final closing number from our wonderful Claremont Choir. And we are going to ask 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗏𝗃 as well to join them once more as you play us out. It's been an unbelievable program, an unbelievable day, and I think we're all convinced that South African football is headed into a new golden era. So please play us out, and then let's continue to celebrate this significant and auspicious occasion.
One, two.
one of South Africa's own respected choral groups. So only the best will do for this event. Ladies and gentlemen, this occasion would not have been possible without the help of many, many individuals. Delivering the votes of thanks, please, let's welcome on stage an individual that knows a lot about football in this country. It's none other than 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗡.
Let me take this opportunity to thank leaders. But I think I'll do injustice to the person if you're not gonna raise the forces. You know the song. I'm not gonna sing it. Today I don't have the biggest job. Mine is to say thank you. And sitting where I'm sitting, feeling the members in attendance, it would not have been possible if God was not here. If we look where we started, if you look at distractions, as we look at the hammering our regions are taking, as we look at the suspensions our people are facing, some of us are still here. And that is all for God. Leadership, there comes a time in life when you have to stand for something or fall for everything. I'd like to thank, first in order, our families, those families that sacrifice their husbands, their sisters, their brothers, Some of us are present, absent fathers because of football. And our families are standing with us. And for that, I would like to thank them all through this journey. Our distinguished guests, everybody amongst us, our president, we said we must get used to the word, President Zungu. And to the forces, to the people that meet and fight and stand together. Today would not have been possible for many of you. And I cannot forget where we started and where we are. I know some people had some doubts. Some people were saying a lot of things when we respected the nominations coming from the provinces. When you as regions and provinces nominated leaders we had to go and meet for the first time. Leaders we had to go and talk to for the first time. And it was so heartwarming to meet those leaders. All of them, people were saying we are confused, but we believe that the leaders that were nominated were people that can take football forward. And more so, today we stand here, we all united behind one name, President Zungu. President, where we stand, we are honored that when we came knocking, you didn't ask us who are you, where are you from, and what are you bringing. We said we are here because of hope. We hope that football will one day be better than where it is. We don't hate anybody. We are not here to fight anybody. We are here to fight for football. This forces is behind football and change, and we are having hope. And that hope is inspired by people at the ground. Those people, those kids, everybody else who is playing football, and everybody who aspires to play football, those people need hope. And we believe you can create that hope. I think everybody who was not convinced before coming here, and after listening to your 6 pillars, after listening to you in the regions, and those who are outside are starting to ask, why are we not changing? And that is important, because we need to change. If we say we are leaders in football, if we say we are NEC members, then we must be able to look back and say, what did we change? What good did we do to football? And if we are not good enough, then I think the system must flush us. The system must not keep bureaucracy. The system must look for the best. The best are there out there in the regions, in the provinces, and even outside of football. We should never be scared to say who is out there that can help us. And with that said, leadership, we will grow football and we will unite football, and we stand for the unity in football. Many of us were told not to talk to others. Many of us were raised to have doubt in others. But today, through this unifying project that we have even united behind a name that is synonymous to business, a name that is synonymous to football. And today, we are all here based in this house where we are celebrating the unity of football. It is our task to go and bring those out there in here. Then also, I would like to thank the team behind 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗃. I don't see you, but I know we talk and make a lot of noise when we have to have meetings and stuff. But the team that you have behind you, we have to take it. There is a lot that is happening behind the scenes, and this meeting today would not have been possible through the efforts of you and the team that you have behind you. And also, let me take the time to thank the media that took their time to come in and listen to the message that we want to send to South Africans. Leaders, South African football needs to change for the better. And where we stand, that message cannot go out if media is not there. That message cannot go out there if we do not honor our word. And our word is Zungu for president. And it is now that you must.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. A big thanks to all of you for arriving, for being a part of this very, very important occasion. The campaign is now officially launched. The work started many months ago, and we'd like to thank the members of the media as well that have been disseminating all of the information in the lead up to this, and may you continue to do that. Speaking about the members of the media, we know that you want to conduct your one-on-ones. There's an area that's been designated just outside of this main hall to the right. You can use that area to conduct your one-on-one interviews as we close off this wonderful occasion. Lunch will also be served. We've got ushers that will be taking us to where lunch will be served, and we can continue to, of course, mingle and discuss what has transpired here today at lunch. If you could please allow the first two rows, after we've said our prayer, if you allow the first two rows will make their way out first to go to lunch, and then the rest of us can follow. We started this occasion with a prayer, and we're going to close it with a prayer as well. Reverend Professor 𝗟𝗂𝗓𝗏, please can you come up and close off this wonderful occasion in prayer.
Thank you very much, Madam MC, Program Director. What do they call it these days? Thank you. I have no intention. Good day, everyone. I would like to create a context for this prayer. You know, Zulus always have a problem with R and L. So 𝗟𝗂𝗓𝗏 is a soccer player. It's fine. If it's there by the Zulus, he's a soccer player. It's a known thing. The rand is a land. And the lorry is a rolling. The other way around, all the time. It's accepted and it's not an insult. But maybe before, so that I create a context, this is a football prayer. Personally, I've known Sandile, I think, for the last now 35 years or so, yes. But I'll tell you something because so you understand. I was teaching at the university in Durban. It was called University of Durban, was there. And then a local school principal, 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗏, came with him just to introduce him to me so I can know. He was, I think, still at university, UCT. And I looked him very small. The principal, Dr. 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗏, was full of praise. And he said, you know, Kabasha, a leader is going to come out of here. That was 35 years ago. Look where we are now. A leader is born. And leaders always come, Manzini, in the darkest of times. You know, we are a Moses. We could also be a Nelson Mandela, if we will. I have a lot of friends in football. Sparks there, we used to work together at the office of the Premier. They were doing things for the 2010. And so I interacted with them a lot as an advisor. There's a lot of outcry in your sector. And there can never be a situation where God will look at his people who are in tears and in hiding every day and not select a leader to take them out of Egypt. I was driving from 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗧𝗏 on Monday. It's not a speech. I'm just creating a context for our prayer. And he was on 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗏 FM. And he was giving his vision of how things will be under his leadership. When he finished, I immediately phoned him. I said, "Achievement is a glorious work. What you're doing now is not yours. It's the work of God. God has listened to the cries of his people in soccer. Remember how South Africans love soccer. You know, they even sing songs, Sparks, you remember. You can't separate music with soccer. They are musicians, they sing. They sing from the beginning of the match to the end. It's not just entertainment through sport, but also the entirety of the creativity and the sports and cultural industries come together. You have the vision for that and the capacity. Now, what will happen? And it's not a speech. And it's not a speech. Just one. Jesus says to his disciples in Matthew 10, verse 16, "I'm sending you out like sheep among wolves." This is a message to you, 𝗪𝗏𝗍𝒃, and to those leaders in the regions. It's not going to be nice. Immediately, God's finger points at you. Devil starts and sends his army to make sure it doesn't happen. That's why I must go to my course, 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗏. And the entirety of South Africa, where's 𝗍𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗃? Assembled here to look at a man. I look at your profile here. I know some of it because we talk all the time. But I was interested because once they mentioned Heineken, I had a lot of laughter. Just that part, and they started saying, "No, we must elect him." And in your speech, you mentioned 𝗟𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗀. And I said, "Wow, that's so well." But also, if you are Moses, you must expect that the opposition that's opposing you is not going to be little people. They're going to be kings and pharaohs with horses that you don't have. We've already heard how in that environment people get intimidated, like in the 17th century. But you will have to get to the crucial moment where you ask, "Are you with us or against us?" As you get ready to cross the river Jordan on the 12th of September with your people. But the 12th of September, 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏 is not small. It's the day in which our leader, Steve Biko, sacrificed his life for the liberation of this country. You will be liberating soccer on the 12th of September. You will also be blessed with the leadership of David. Don't look at yourself and start measuring your capacities and so on. Listen to that little voice of God, which says, Goliath may be very tall, but I've not blessed him. Your opposition may have big positions, but has God blessed them? Hallelujah. And you also look at that person who started his ministry at age 30 and finished at 33, and today is followed by 3 billion. A leadership that is present among the people and listening, wanting to better the lives of people. You're already capable of that. And you're no longer a KZN or AmaZulu FC person, you are a South African. South Africa, my land, my peace, my gold, land of all patriots, patriots of my land. That's you singing now, taking over the whole of South Africa to lead into the world. Now, we shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my soul, I do believe we shall overcome. As umfundisi are neutral. Let me say here, I don't believe in a single pastor praying for a person. No. Chair, get the chair, please. And the choir, may you come? Face to the side. In the national anthem, Malombo Manzini asked me, who do you support? I said Manzini. He said, no, I'm talking about the soccer club. I said, all right, and I looked and said, okay, quickly, I support Pirates, Sundowns, Chiefs, and AmaZulu. And then he said, choose one. I said, no, I'm being called to do some other duties there. But you remember in our national anthem, it becomes serious. This is the national prayer. Because he's no longer of KZN. He's no longer of AmaZulu. He's of South Africa. Now, Panama National Anthem, I was here in 1993 as part of a commission that combined the new national anthem. We left out Lendaba 18. Was a moya. So like a sume so ke senze lo. Was a moya. Everybody, power of your hands to bless people is enormous, especially if you don't doubt. O Zamboya, O Zamboya, O Zamboya, O Zamboya, See Yo, those giants are so big. We are now afraid even to move forward. You can't go back. I guess it's a much. That's it. You want to laugh, man. 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗃 has asked me to read this verse in the book of Job 22, verse 28. Hello. Oh, well, thank you. You see, the morning, what you decide on will be done, and light will shine on your ways. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Usumkhethile wena bahambe ngendlela kaMoses, kaJoshua, kaDavid, kaJesu Kristu. Ubakhulele isizwe sebhola South Africa, kanti bakhona bakhoza kakhulu ibhola. Siyacela siduze baba ukuthi indlela yakhe yonke ngabe ngeyakhe, kodwa uthumele ingelosi zasezulwini zeyilwayo ukaMkhulu ezikwazi ukuthi masifunka ipi iphele. Indodana yakho uyamazi nasebandleni uningi. Iklabu yakho yayazi ngikhuliswe ngukhuleko. Ukhulise nakhona usisi. Thina sonke sihlangane lapha. Ngokwamandla ethu kodwa ngokwezifiso zethu siyambusisa. We bless him to take the position of SAFA president in South Africa starting from the 12th of September. It is done. Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the formalities. Lunch is served, and our first 2 tables will be ushered away. Members of the media, you can also, of course, conduct your one-on-one. Enjoy lunch, enjoy the networking, and enjoy the rest of your Mandela Day. Very significant days as well, too. Thank you.
Sorry?
I said, let me do the interview.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, later. Yeah. Okay, cool.
but I'll do it once.
Okay, yeah.
I'll do it, but then.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for supporting 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗏𝗃. We are here at Emperor's Palace for the SAFA president candidacy. 𝗭𝘂𝗏𝗀𝗀 Zungu is here to launch this SAFA presidency campaign. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who has been watching. Please, if you haven't subscribed, just click the subscribe button and make sure that you help us grow. Also go to Facebook, 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗏𝗃 and 𝗟𝗂𝗃 Lifestyle, and subscribe there and follow and help us grow. Thank you so much. Now this is the end of the show. 𝗟𝗂𝗃𝗏𝗃.